Welcome to the sealed only Digimon Challenge. Join me on my adventure as we battle through every enemy that comes our way, selecting of all 6 colours of decks on a budget of £20 per week. Can you do it? Can you be the next Digi-destined tamer?
Good morning, Tamers! Welcome to the first episode of Sealed Only Challenge. This is going to be a bit different from the usual ones you've probably seen with Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, where we're going to try and do 6 colours out of whatever we spend a week. So we're going to spend for now 20 a week, which is roughly 5 packs per week. This week will be a bit different. We are spending 60, as we are getting 2 of each deck, just to make sure that we have 3 playable decks for the first episode. This will be a bit awkward, as I do need to test run these, and it might be coming as a second episode, maybe a 1.5 during the week. Don't worry, there will be a 2 and not just a 4. So, yeah, so we got 2 reds, we got 2 blues, we got 2 yellows. So this will give us a basic working structure deck. Obviously each one comes with a pack of booster pack as well from 1.0. The plan is to essentially, whenever we crack packs, we will use them as then fodder for any of the three of these colours. We will try and build ourselves a black, purple and a green deck while we can. So, shall we just get onto it, guys? With that being said, obviously we're only going to probably try and do booster packs as such during the run of that booster box. So for instance, we probably will only get like 4 episodes or so of 1.0 until we move on to 1.5, just because stock is awkward to get hold of, as well as just trying to do anything else in between. So let's go with the red, I suppose. So yeah, as I said, we're going to try and do 3 decks today, as there's no way in how we can do full formed coloured decks out of 6 packs probably. Although that is, what is that? That is, I don't know what it is now. 12 times 6, that's 60, 72. Maybe we could if we just, every single card was of that colour. Obviously while we're going through these, there are some rares and commons that we will want to have, as they are very good. For instance, we'd be looking forward to getting, say, a Volcandramon for red, as that is basically the Rookie Rush Destroyer. First pack we're going to get today is the special booster pack with Diaron. I don't know if you can see that. You guys can be closer. So our first pack is going to be the, obviously 1.0 Diabola pack. Does that mean we're going to get maybe something good in here? Probably not. I don't want to try to open these like regular cards. They have the nice pull tab. Although a lot of people have said the pull tabs are awkward, because you can get the ones that don't pull, like this one didn't pull. So you just try not to damage your cards. For those of you who aren't aware, you do get the gauges in these. Obviously not everyone gets a chance of pulling everyone gets a chance of doing decks, so you do get these just in case. Actually, I don't know if the decks do come with them, but we have bought some stuff in the past. How am I right? Oh, there's something good in here. So we have a Electmon, we have a Pagumon, we have a Wizardmon, we have a Liamon, we have a Pumpkinmon, we have a Vegemon, we have a Nuclear Laser, we have a Fremon, we have a Myotismon, not terrible, obviously this does synergize well with some other cards. We have a Bergermon as an uncommon, we have Ikakumon as one of our uncommons. Hey, inherited effects aren't always that terrible, and we, oh baby, we have an alternate art Kentorosmon. Say what you like, that is beautiful. And hey, we're building a yellow deck, so yeah, we can definitely look at playing this card. So the funny thing is, I just brought myself a pack of Magna Angimon sleeves, just to sort of go with the theme of these openings. But as you can see, we're going to be playing with the card back sleeve, which I think is a very nice sleeve to be honest. But yeah, first pack magic, baby. And just for those who actually don't know what you get inside of these decks, because I'm sure some people are probably wondering why these decks are important, that you do, there are some good cards in here where they are 2-offs in each deck, and that's kind of the awkward part at the moment. So we have Kuramon. You can play up to 5 Digi eggs. That doesn't affect your main deck whatsoever. Your egg deck is its own thing. Got 4 Biomons. It's a 0 or 2 play cost. Agumon, again, this turn you gain 1000 DP. Not a terrible starting Digimon in all fairness. We get 4 of these. We get 4 Dracomons. We get 4 Bergermons. You You get 2 Koromons. I don't get 4 Koromons, I tell a lie. So yeah, this is what you want to use. Here's your blocker. So yeah, you want to use 2 or 3, 4 of these in the deck. I'm going to use 2, I think, for now, but we'll see what we can get before us. So if anything, Greymons, you only get 2 of these, but this is also one of your security ones. It's a very good card. This is why you want to have 2 decks. I don't know if people still use this, but it's something I'm going to be looking at using for now. When Digivolving, one of your Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn. That's not a terrible effect in all fairness, just to make things a bit easier, especially if you have to try and punch over a blocker, or you have to make it so the blocker then has to choose whether it's going to let you go through depending on which one it is. You get 4 of those, that's not so bad. Metal Greymon, when your Digimon is blocked, gain free memory. That is fantastic. Remember, this game kind of works a bit like Yu-Gi-Oh! In a sense of your turn doesn't end until you pass it over. So if you attack, you still technically have a main phase 2. Although battling is part of main, it's a bit awkward, but it's kind of cool. But yeah, these are our rares. We have Phoenixmon as more of our rares, and then we have 2 War Greymons. These are your turn. Every 2 Digivolution cards this has gives you an extra security attack. Normally with these you would be building up from your Koromon, say, so you should generally be looking at about 4 to 5 security stacks per turn. Kai's is not too bad. All of your Digimon gets an extra 1000. Probably only going to play 2 of these. If we can find the other tie which gives you the free memory per turn, that's probably what we'd be going with for now. Shadow Wing isn't terrible, not what we're really here for though. Starlight Explosion is actually quite a good card, but if we're going to use it, I don't think we will, to be honest. Gear Destroyer, not too much, but this is what most people are here for. The Gaia Forces. Gaia Forces are ridiculous right now, price-wise and the effects. Yes, we have just got ourselves a board wipe card, but that's a 10 cost, and it also will probably put you on a bit of a back foot for now. But yeah, you get 2 memory cards here, and you get some instructions on how to play the game. It's not too bad at all. So yeah, that's that one. Same with the next one. I will open the other one up off camera and build a deck with that, but first we're going to go through all our cards. But I'm really happy, guys, with that first pack. So our second one, I'm going to open this again, as you already know what cards we're taking out of this, so I'll put this to the side for now, and then we can look at this one. I don't know, I'll try to tap it out there. I'm going to say it's a long day, who knows. So we've got the Omnimon pack now. We are playing red and blue, so Omnimon will be very good in both decks. We're not looking to play, I'm going to say this now, we're not looking to pull wording please. We're not looking to pull like 8 Omnimons. I think it'd be a case of, depending on how we play, depends on how we build the decks. Obviously both would like to have the Omnimon in their possession. So we've got a Dark Tyrannomon, we've got a Numon, we've got another Wizardmon, we've got a Smashed Potatoes, we've got a Metal Tyrannomon, we've got Atomic Ray, we've got Andromon, we've got a Petermon, we've got a Tentamon. I like Tentamon, I think it's a really good green card for now. We've got a Quagamon to spend one of your opponent's Digimon. That's not really that bad to me. It's very good for green. We have a Metal Tyrannomon in rare, and we have a Rust Tyrannomon super rare. Guys, I think we're doing really well. Alright, we're going to do blue next. Oh, they've been sideways instead this time. Ooh. So, just going to quickly go through these. Do the same again for the second one. We'll just open the pack. But you got yourself Sunamon. You've got 4 Sunamons. Again, you can play up to 5. Got 4 Gomons. Got 4 Gabumons, which is trash the Digivolution card at the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon with a level 5 or less. So you are essentially just trying to beat your opponent down before you get there. Again, blue Omni is really good right now, probably because of things like this. They are very much the memory checking deck. Some Bearmons, some Kakumons. Again, we pulled the better Kakumon a minute ago. Garurumon, trash the Distribution card at the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. Fantastic card. This does come in alternate art. If you give me a second, I can show you. This is our alternate art for this. This is a Tamer pack opening. I purchased this off eBay because I can't find anywhere that's currently doing tournaments to even win these things right now in European areas. I have heard rumours that these basically got sold out and given out as free stuff for people who pre-ordered, which is obviously fair enough. That's what Bandai said they could do this, which is why it's perfectly fine. It's just really awkward now if you want to play the game at a more competitive level. There's no real prize rewards for you to actually go for. So yeah, it's a bit awkward. I do wish Bandai would have thought about that a little bit ahead of time. Got 2 of these. This is really normally buy 2 for, because you want 4 of these. Grizzlymon, you got 4 of these per. These are great. These are your blockers. You got 4 rare Where Garurumons, fantastic cards. They are the your turn and tap thing. Fantastic. These are your non-rares, these are your uncommons. These are your uncommons for Zudomon. When Digivolving, trash 2 Digivolution cards at the bottom of one of your opponent's deck. Digimon, this is fantastic again. I do love like how good this deck actually is on its own. Got your rare Pisamons, good attack power, especially when you're going to go other things. And then here, when attacking, unsuspend this Digimon. So you basically get to attack twice with this Digimon. Fantastic card. Matt, when your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards gained to memory, playing 2 of these and playing the other mats, which gives you the memory, free base memory, I think is really good actually. I do like how they've done with mats in this. Hammer Spark times 4. Now I thought there was only 2 of these in here, so forgive me, but yeah, Hammer Sparks are great, especially if you get them off the security stacks. You gain 2 memory instead. If your opponent's at 0, if your opponent basically put themselves into 0 memory and it triggered the stack of your security and it flips over, you gain 2 memory, so it's not too bad. Or you basically cut out their turn. Cyro Blue. Choose one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards. This Digimon can't attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn. I thought it's quite good. Kaiser Nails. Choose a Digimon Digivolution card. Place one under... Blah, blah, blah. Kaiser Nail. Main. Choose a Digimon Digivolution card. Place one under your... Kaiser Nail. Main. Choose a Digimon Digivolution card placed under one of your Digimon and play it as another Digimon without paying its memory cost. It's quite good. There are a couple of cards that do this further down the line that make this even better. So, but there's only 2 of those in this deck, and I think it's really good. And then Kaiser Breath, return one of your opponent's Digimon to its owner's hand, trash all Digivolution cards underneath. Again, this is something very similar to Gaia Force. The difference is this basically gives it back to your opponents. They do get a chance to play it again, whereas with Gaia Force, it's just one and done. It's just destroyed. So yeah, that's our deck for blue. Again, we'll take out the good cards we want, and then we'll come back and hopefully make something else. Plan B, hopefully, if we get some of the better Digitama, DigiEggs in this case, or we get some of the better cards supporting blue, then we will. So far, it's looking like it's going to be very green and purple, which is nothing terrible, obviously, just a bit awkward for the bettering the colours we currently have. So this is obviously our first one. Hopefully we can carry on the streak of getting good cards. So far, 2 packs in, we've got 2 good rares. There we go. So, although in all fairness, there's actually really good rares in these sets. Blade of the True, Kekaturimon, Gorillamon, really cheap cost champion if you just need one for some fodder. Oblivion Bird, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with blocker, fantastic card. Purple, where Garurumon, I don't know if you guys can see this very well because it's a bit blurry. When attacking, once per turn, you may delete one of your other Digimon to suspend this Digimon, which is a very purpley thing that I've decided to put place around with their trash stack. Rapamon, Veritsamon. I do like this Garurumon. I'll spend one of your Digimon. I think the art looks fantastic. Looking back at good times, again, fantastic artwork. That is. Second Myotismon. Oh, Togemon in green. When Digivolving, reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. Add one level 5 or higher Digimon card amongst them to your hand. Place remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Fantastic. 2 cost, 5000 DP. Great when Digivolving effect. And then Galatmon, champion of all men. Here is our mascot. You know we can put him in the red deck, right? Oh, this looks fantastic. Oh, let me get a sleeve. Yeah, baby. Look at that bad boy. Glad we got him. I'm glad we got him. No, I think we did really well in that pack, guys, to be honest. This, if we keep getting stuff like this in this series, we're going to have a good time. Same brick again, we'll take out the good cards we want, but we're going to carry on for now with opening this pack, which is a Galamon pack. So I'm going to be honest, I haven't really been looking at what's going on meta-wise for these things, just because of how new this series is going to be. Obviously I'm going to try and build up for Omnimons if we can. Realistically, you get an Omnimon once every 2 boxes, so there's a good chance we will get one. So Dark Trenomon, Green Agumon, you on your turn get 1000 DP. Coco Agumon in green, your turn, or this Digimon is level 6 or higher, it gains security attack +1. That might work well. Vegemon, doing well for green. Nuclear Laser. Hagurumon, Kapurimon, your turn, when this Digimon has reboot, it gets 1000 plus DP. Black Wall Greymon, great deck. Machinedramon, great deck. Looks like a good base for them. Fantastic card. Your turn. This Digimon gets 2000 DP. I love this Greymon. I'm glad we got it. Groundramon. Just a cheap champion. 6000 DP. It's quite strong, but it hasn't got an effect. Probably one of the best champion cards for purple right now. Retaliation, and then retaliation on your inherited skill. Digimon is a great card. And here's that Tyron about. There we go. So if you have 2 or less memory, set your memory gauge to 3. I don't know if you can try and get so you guys can see it. Where's the good point? There you go. All of your red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain security attack +1. And in all fairness, if you're playing red Omni, or you're just playing like red Gallantmon, or you're playing red or Greymon, this is generally going to be a good card for you anyway, because you are going to attack. Oh, we got 2 Tamers in this pack. We got Sora. So when one of your red Digimon attacks a player, you may suspend this Tamer to give it another 2000 DP for the turn. Not a terrible one. I do think Ty is better overall. In all fairness, it's one of those cards you want to hit on the security stack, and that way then it's free cost, as it's a 4 to play otherwise. So we're down to the other one. Same again, we're going to crack it open, look at what's inside. We're going to do the 2 booster packs, and we're going to try and make 3 decks. Even though we have got a lot of green cards, there's no way in how that we pulled 50. But we're going to go from here, see what we can do, see what we can make. Oh. See what our look gets us again. Ooh, only one pack, nice. Alright, so we have Digimon. Inherited effect. Your turn. Once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping its DP to 0, this Digimon gets 1000 DP for the turn. It's very good with what this Seraphimon does in this deck, which is essentially just... It's going to erase most of your champions and your rookies. Salamon, it's just a card here for the fun of it. You have 4 of those. Tapirmon in yellow, again. A little bit stronger DP, but no effect. Patamon is probably the main one for this one. It's very weak, but he's got a very good inherited effect. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping a seat, gain 1 memory. So this is probably the 4 of what we're going to use for here. Angemon. When attacking, if you have 4 or more security cards, gain 1 memory. It's a very good early game. So you probably want to play 2 or so of these, which is what we gain. But you want to play 4 just so you got the chance of finding it early game. Getamon, 0 cost, but it has a higher attack. All 2 points to chest. Unimon can be our blocker. It's not the greatest of blockers, but it's a blocker that we get early game. We do get some more blockers, I believe, in set 4. For yellow and green, that look really good, but for now this is what we're going to get, because they do have the whole lose 2 memory when attacking. Magna Angemon. When attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for the turn. Fantastic card, especially what you want to do in this deck because of Seraphimon. You get 4 of these per deck. And then you have Angie-Woman. When Digivolving, when you have 3 security cards or less, trigger, recover 1. Place the top card of your deck on top of your security. I really do like this card. I think there's a better Angie-Woman out there, but I do like how this card works for the deck, just because you are going to take a lot of security hits for the first, I would say, a few turns, just because how it is. Magnadramon, one of the evolutions of Angie-Woman. Next into one but it's just a vanilla, just a high DP vanilla, and then here's kind of the main boy of the deck. So Seraphimon, when attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4000 DP for the turn. Now, you trigger this to a lot of the other stuff in here. Oh, this card's really... Oh, no, okay, I was going to say this card looks really scruffy, but no, I think it's actually the art style. So, yeah, how this deck likes to work is essentially you just constantly remove something from play. So, like, champions and rookies don't really get to play very well. So, you'll just basically knock them out. And then get your free memory, you get your higher DP, and then you do start hitting over things. This is also very good when you're going to say fight against an Omnimon, because you can reduce it down to 10,000 the same as yourself. And in that case, it basically just goes head-to-head that kills itself. Chances are, though, when you Digivolve into Omnimon, it's probably going to kill your Seraphimon unless you have 2 or 3 at the time, which is something you're not really going to do because of how its effect works. You're going to be a bit stuck. And then TK, I don't really dislike this TK. I think TK is alright, just because of how security works in this game. Opponent's turn. All of your security Digimon get plus 2000 DP, which is pretty good because a lot of your attackers, well, a lot of your DP in this set isn't very good strength-wise. But you get 4 of those. I'm not saying I'm going to play 4, maybe play 2. Heaven's Gate. One of your Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn. We get 4 of those. Heaven's Charm. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. I quite like this. We get 2 of those, and you get a Holy Flame main. If one of your opponent's Digimon gains minus 3 security attack for next turn, This is obviously very good late game, but I don't really know if it's something you're going to be using at all. It's a bit awkward. I know it's quite a cheap cost. It's only 2 costs, and if you're thinking, you know, you just want to spend some memory, get it down to 0, so I don't have to give my opponent free memory for the sake of it. It's not terrible, but I don't really see it's going to have much play. And then you have 7 Heaven. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 10,000 DP for the turn. This is a fantastic card, as you can just wipe someone off the board with it. And then same again. Little notes, and then you got your nice couple of yellows. And then you got, oh yeah, oh, puts the hole out. Very nice. So, yeah, that's what we get in here for our yellow deck. So let's see what we can find. I'm still going to try and open these like it's a Pokemon pack for some strange reason. Oh, finally we actually got a good... oh, that's it. Spoke too soon. Can I get these out now? Oh, please don't destroy the cards. Memory Gauge. And then... Garurumon Purple. Very nice. Follows our purple War Garurumon we got earlier. Monzimon. Pumpkinmon. Atomic Ray. Kabuterimon. I do like Kabuterimon. Heritage effect. Your turn. This Digimon gets 1000 DP for every suspended Digimon your opponent has. Suspending Digimon in green is quite common in the early stages of the game. I think between 1 and 1 point and 1 and 3 maybe. That's kind of what green did as well as getting big fast, because it's very cheap cost. Nice DP though. So yeah, I do like this. Agumon in green again. Very nice. Oh, Koalomon again. Metal Etamon, everyone's favourite showboy. Loda Leomon. Tinkermon. Oh, where's that sun come from? Lilymon Rare. When attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon without blocker. Very nice. Well, boys and girls, we seem to have won the challenge already in red. Main colour choice is going to be red, just because there's a lot of Digimon that are my favourites in red. I don't dislike blue, so I don't think I do. It's just red was my deck colour of choice. And, yeah, I'm very happy. Just because on that guy, I have the only one sleeves. So, red deck's really looking a lot better. I will try and make blue a bit more even, but blue without Omnimon still works quite well. It just doesn't work the same because it's obviously a different sort of deck build. But Fantastico, guys, Fantastico. So, yeah, what's that? Is that 4 supers out of 5 packs? I mean, you can't really go better than that. I'll just put that over here just so you can see it. So yeah, we have some boss monsters for our deck so far. We have 2 red, as I was saying. I'm going to main deck red, so these are my 2 boss monsters for red now. Look at the sunshine, god damn it. Got a nice Rust Tyrannomon. Great deck currently. It does fade out soon, but it's not too bad. And same with Kentorosmon. It's pretty much only around now. As you know, it does get a lot better in set 4 and doesn't even look at this anymore. I think it's better. I think it really starts to get better for next set. But fantastic artwork. Another brick. Same again though, guys. No point in opening this and showing you again as you've already seen it. But I will be opening it later to make these decks better. Let's put these over here for now. I look forward to making these things, so hopefully they work. Oh god, why do you do this to me every time? So this is also a... No, this is a Shining Greymon deck back. So yeah, I don't know why they didn't think about the whole situation when they did it. That's upset more people than it probably should have done, but I think it's more the fact it seems like people got lied to. But either way, it's not terrible. So, Dolphinmon, level 4. Your turn. When your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, this Digimon gains plus 1000. Not bad, as blue looks to use currently. That can see actually being quite useful. Kokaterimon. Dark Trenomon. Blade of the True. Another Kabuterimon. I'm not going to say no to that. Ooh, when attacking gain free memory at the end of the turn, lose free memory. It's not terrible. It's decent. It's cheap. Pugumon. Groundramon. Back for Revenge. One of your Digimon gets on deletion. Wonderful card. I wish you would have seen an Impmon by now, but we haven't so far. Another Greymon, fantastic. Skull Greymon, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with blocker. Yeah, that's going to go in the deck. And a Jokido. So, out of 4 packs we pulled... Sorry, out of 6 packs we pulled 4 fantastic cards. So, yeah. Even a Jokido, was it when one of your opponent's Digimon cards is trashed, you may suspend this Digimon to get... Not awful. Possibly something you want to play from this memory, from the stack only though, but... Yeah, let's see what we can build with these things then. Back in a minute. So then guys, this is what we're coming up for our red deck. We only have 4 Digitama right now. We didn't pull one of the other red Digitamers, so we are sticking with 4. As soon as we pull another one, we're going for 5. We have 4 Agumon, we have 4 Biyomon, we have 4 Dracomon, we have 1 Omnimon, thank God. We have 4 Tamers. We're doing 2 different ties, but we're doing 2 and a 1, and then we're doing a Sora. Just because it fills up the deck a bit, we were having to push around a bit. I'm not massively too sure about the numbers we're doing here, but that's what we have to do. So we have 12 rookies. People say between 12 and 16, so we are going on the short side here. But again, we didn't pull any other rookies, so we are stuck with the 12 that we have. Go for 2 Birdramons, go for 2 Dark Tyrannomons. This is essentially just because it's a 6,000 DP, just if we are going up against the yellow deck, and they do have a Seraphimon, they can't just wipe us off the board for free. Go for 4 Greymons, just because it's a security tech on its inherited effect. We're going with the 2 Greymons from the packs, just because they are the extra 2,000 DP on attack. Some circumstances you just want the security, sometimes you just want to be able to punch over something. We got 4 Cauldramons, these are just blockers. The likelihood of actually playing a, say, Biyomon, because it's a cheap one, and then playing 2 costs to get that out there could happen, but likelihood of that is probably not as very much. We're playing 4 option cards, and they're all going to be Gaia Forces, just because Gaia Force is just such a powerful card. We're going to play 1 Skull Greymon. Now, this is technically a tech choice. On play, so when we physically play this card, not Digivolving, but on play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the blocker. That can be really good, especially if we have to go against a black deck at some point. They do like to having the big black blockers. But I'll pay 7 to destroy a Machinedramon or whatever I want to. Meltramon, it is also a ultimate level Digimon. Again, just wanted a bit of a beat stick because power creep between these is a bit awkward. And 7,000 is quite easy to get over towards late game. So having 1 beat stick just to sort of give me the upper chance, just in case they do have a blocker and they do have some effects that make it like a 9,000 blocker, which is the case in yellow. Makes it a bit easier for me. Or they're trying to reduce my DP, at least I still have that choice there. We got 3 of the Garudamon, and this is when Digivolving, one of your Digimon gains 3,000 DP for the turn. Inherited effects are normally better, but I'm happy to have this, even if it's just 1 turn, just again so I can punch over something, or it makes my opponent think, do I want to block it, or should I just risk the security? Metal Greymon, on your turn, when this Digimon is blocked, gain 3 memory. There's a good chance later on, say if I'm using this, or if I am using a Omnimon, or even Galacmon, or even Phoenixmon or Fence, you know, they block me, so I can't strike the security, but that's perfectly fine. I gain 3 memory, my turn probably hasn't ended then. Then we have the 2,000, sorry, we have 2 of the Phoenixmons. Just wanted something bulky just to be in the deck. It's a relatively cheap cost at 2 here to Digivolve. Then we have one of the Galacmons as we pulled it. So this is more of a late game sort of poker inner. It takes away security depending on what the trash is of your opponent. So especially if we're going up against a purple deck, this is really good. So if you can't tell, when Digivolving, if you have a red Tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. That's just helpful. A lot of the defenders are going to be 6,000 or less DP. I think it's between 4 and 6 for blockers. Sometimes that's what you want, just so you can strike that last one, as this is generally more of a finish the game kind of card. And then when attacking, trash one of your opponent's security cards for every 10 cards in their trash. As I said, if late game, if you've been playing for like say 10 turns, there's a good chance that they are now down to sort of 20 cards in the trash, or they are 30 cards in the trash. You're having an issue trying to like get into the security, because again, there could just be a big blocker, a big black deck that's full of blockers. So what you want is obviously just something to get in there, and then what you can do is just strike in and destroy your opponent and go for game. And then we have 4 of the Wall Grey one. Essentially, it's just because it's a big boy and it has the security attack. Again, these are essentially more of just for security attacking late game, but obviously having the DP as well helps. And then Omnimon is Omnimon. He's just going to swing it and take the game if you can. And probably as most people will know, when Digivolving, choose one of your opponent's Digimon, delete all of your opponent's Digimon that share a name with it. So yeah, if your opponent decides to put up a big board, say of just Metal Garurumons or even Omnimons, you can throw it down and go like, yeah, I Digivolved it, now you can get rid of all your Omnimons. It's quite good for that. And when attacking, you can unsuspend one of your Digimon by returning one of the Digimon level 6 Digivolution cards to your hand. So in this case, you will be going Wall Greymon, but as of set point 5, there are a few cards, Shoutmon and Omni Shoutmon, that do want you to stack themselves on top of each other. So yeah, this card can get really aggressive really quick, especially in set 5, when set 5 is currently, as we all know, the Omnimon set. So yeah, red does get better, black gets better, blue gets better, everything gets better besides yellow and green, that's it I think. But yeah, this is the red deck. Alright then, Tamers, this is the blue deck. So again, we didn't get a blue, well, an extra blue Digi-Egg, so we are having to go with 4 for now. Again, if we get one, we'll be going for 5, as there are some good blue Digi-Eggs. Currently, we did get 1 extra rookie, so we do have 13 rookies in this deck. So we got 1 Electmon, we got 4 Goma, we got 4 Gabu, and we got 4 Bearmon. We got 4 of the Hammer Sparks, which is probably a bit overkill, but I like the idea that we constantly have some good memory recursion. We're going to play 2 of the Garurumon from the deck. Now, I would love to take one of those out and play this version, but we didn't pull it. It just looks nice. So you can go back over there, my pride and joy. We're going to play 4 one-offs. So we're going to play 1 Gorillamon, just because it's a high DP for a very cheap cost. We're going to play 1 Ikakumon, which is an inherited effect with this Digimon can't be blocked by your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolutions, which is very much what this sort of like blue era wants to do. You have 1 Dolphinmon, or your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play. This Digimon gains 1000 DP, again, inherited effect. And then the Gurumon, which is on play, and spend one of your Digimon. Now it's a 6 cost. Now essentially this is just in there more of a filler. I could just put an extra one of these in all fairness. Then we're going to have 4 blockers. Again, just blockers. They are kind of expensive for now, but it's what we're going to use. There are better blockers in the future, but we've got to get there first, and we are quite a few months away for that. We're going to play 3 Tamer cards. We've got 1 Joe, and we've got 2 Mats. Now what Joe does is, your turn, when one of your opponent's Digivolution card is trashed, you may suspend this Digimon to gain 1 memory. Now, that's kind of what this card likes to do here. A couple of these cards here like to trash your opponent's Digivolution cards. And then, Matt, start of your turn. If your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards, you gain 1 memory. Now, this is a multiplicative, so you can gain 2 memory. Yeah, I could have put a 3rd or a 4th in, I had 5, but I thought it was a bit too much. But I did go with having the extra Metal Garurumons just so we had some more bulky boys in the top. Gone for 2 of the Sorrow Blue. So what Sorrow Blue does is choose one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards. That Digimon can't attack or block until the end of turn. Essentially, again, that's just more of a, like, you know, you're basically going to strike for the last hit. They've got a couple of blockers or something, or they've got 1 blocker, and you know, like, you want to just get the game over with, hit that down. It's only a 2 cost, it's pretty good. And then you just strike him with whatever you got available. And then you've got Coyote Breath here, which is essentially kind of the blue version of Gaia Force. I just don't think it's as good, but it's pretty good. Return one of your opponent's Digimon to its owner's hand. Trash all the Digivolution cards underneath. Again, this will trigger Joe, I believe. So, memory gain is pretty good in blue. This kind of what blue does at the moment, it's just memory gain. We have 4 of the deck Garurumons. Again, we didn't really pull a lot for blue. We did pull a lot for pretty much anything else, really. Where Garurumon, your turn, while your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards, this Digimon gains security attack +1. Again, just trying to push through. This isn't the greatest of the Metal Garurumons, but it's still pretty good. And if you can just try and push through a bit quicker, it's not so bad. Then we have 4 of the Zudamons. 1 Digivolving, trash 2 Digivolution cards at the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. Again, this will trigger these effects, so I quite like this. I think it synergizes quite well, but I'm not really sure if it's going to go too good. I think it's pretty good for now. And then we have Cosnails, 2 of, choose a Digimon Digivolution card placed under one of your opponent's Digimon and play it as another Digimon without paying its cost. I think this is what you probably would use more if you had an Omnimon in your deck. So you'd pull this out, and then obviously when attacking on your turn, suspend this Digimon. So essentially you just keep attacking for the fun of it. As I've already said, there's 4 of these here. Again, I just wanted something higher. We're not playing a lot of Megas, we're only playing the 6 Megas. The 2 of the Plesiomon, we've got 4 Metal Garurumons here, playing these, just so we got some more bulky boys at the top. Again, we didn't pull much for the blue side of the deck. Yeah, we did pull on him, but as I've said, we are going to go raw for the red aggro deck. That's the kind of deck I wanted to play for the longest time. So it might be a case of maybe, depending on how we're playing, we might just switch them out and go, hey, look, there's an Omnimon for both decks, but obviously if we have to play against each other, it might be a case of we just swap a different card in. We don't play Omnimon versus red and blue. That might be a bit awkward. I don't know how it's going to work. And then Plesiomon, just with an extra mega body, just so it's a bit tougher for our opponent. But that's our blue deck for now, guys. So, what do you think? We've just got one more deck to go, and that's going to be our yellow. Right then, guys, this is our yellow deck then. As I've said before, yellow is that weird deck that likes to do, I'm going to say, combat control. Try and push them all in. So we have the 4, again, we didn't get any of the extra Digitama/Digi-Egg, so we don't get to have the 5. Again, when we get one, we'll put it in, so we just have the extra playability. But we do have 4 Patamon, 4 Tapiromon, 4 Salamon, and then 1 Tinkermon. We have 4 of the Unimon as our blockers. We have 4 Angimon, just because of its effect. Effect being, when attacking, you can't really see. When attacking, if you have 4 or more security cards, gain 1 memory, which early game is going to be really good. Just continue to gain memory. Got 1 Reapermon, and then 1 Leomon. Leomon, when attacking, if you have 3 or more memory, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. Again, early game, possibly swinging in early. As I've said before, main phase doesn't end because you've attacked. You can then do stuff after you've attacked, just to spend your memory. You got 4 Patamons, Gatomons. So we have a Petamon. So we pulled these today. So I just thought, you know what, we could try it out of the deck tech. Either this gets destroyed early, or maybe we can just play it from the hand. As Peter on play, you may play 1 Tinkermon from your hand, or recycling bin without paying its memory cost. Now I think this is a weird termination, because I think it should basically be the trash. But I think they've said recycling because it sounds more, you know, so you can use it as a place to play. But I think it is meant to be the trash, because we don't have recycling bin, unless recycling is going to be like our new Exile, but we haven't got Exile cards yet, so I think either Bandai needs to address, or basically it's a weird printing on the cards. I have 1 Harvest Gate here, sorry, 1 Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate being one of your Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn, but on security, all of your Digimon and security Digimon gain 5000 DP for the turn, and then you can add this card to your hand afterwards. That is a really good effect. Obviously, the issue with that being is if someone strikes into you with their security, say +2, they take the first card off, hits this, next one probably destroys their monster, possibly. But you get a chance of recurring yourself. It's only a 1 cost as well on the next turn to strike for them. Then we have Holy Flame, which is main one of your opponent's Digimon gains -3 security. This is going to be very good, obviously, if you're worried about losing your stack. And then Holy Flame, all of your, on the security rubber, all of your opponent's Digimon gain -1 for the turn. Again, this can be quite good. This can just stop things from just hitting your stack. They strike into you, but because they've already declared the attacks, they don't get to do anything. We have 2 of the Blades of Truth. This is trigger 1 draw for every 2 security cards you have. Again, this is just more draw power. Yellow's not necessarily in dire need of it like some of the other ones. I know blue is quite draw heavy, or there is a deck that is. 4 of the 7 Heavens. This is just 10,000 DP, minus 10,000 DP on one of your opponents. Again, this is essentially just a nuke a monster, get it off the board, or nuke it and then you can probably erase it with something different. We have Magna Angiomon. We're going to play 3 of these. There's going to be some very weird statistics, same with Angi-Woman. When attacking one of your opponent's Digimon, gets -1000 DP for the turn. Again, if you can play with either the 2 Megas, you did that and you hit something like, say, a Metal Garurumon that's at 11,000, you've just wiped off the board for free. Angi-Woman, when Digivolving, when you have 3 security or less, recover 1, which is put the top card of your deck onto your security. Again, I just like this because the whole, if you had a bit of a trouble time trying to get your deck going, it just gives you an extra turn or 2 just to keep going. We played 1 Heaven's Charm, which is one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2000 DP for the turn. They have a rookie, it's only a 2 cost, you can get rid of one of the lesser rookies. Say going up against a yellow matchup, Patmon's only a 1. So you instantly wiped off the board. There are a few other better rookie cards out there that are like 1000 DP or 2000 DP because their effects are just that good that they do have a lesser attack power. So cards like Heaven Charms will wipe it out. And security effects just put it to your hand. Again, might just help by a turn. So we're going to use Contourus here just because we pulled it. Specifically, it's not that great, I don't think. I have seen people use this card in decks, but a lot of people say like, hey, it's kind of more of a fun thing, so don't really worry about it too much. And that is when Digivolving, up to 5 of your opponent's Digimon gain security attack -2, which is really good. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, so essentially they just get a round of not being able to hit you most of the time. And then on deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -11,000 DP for the turn. Depending on the Digimon, that can wipe it out. If you have this and this on the field, and there's a Iron on the field, you can strike with this, it kills it, it takes -11,000. So yeah, it's pretty good on deletion, so if you do destroy it by an effect, hey, it goes off the board, but whatever's on the board that has 11,000 or less DP can just be instantly destroyed. So I do think Contourus is quite a good card, although its usefulness is probably going to be very iffy. I think it wasn't too bad here, as it came out in set 4. It did come out in set 3 though, so I'm not really sure actually if it really did see much play just because of that. But hey, it's a nice looking card, I'm glad we pulled it, even if it's just for yellow for now. And then we have 4 of the Seraphmons. I think you would know how I feel like this card. When attacking one of your opponent's Digimon gets -4,000 DP. That's not doesn't have to be the one you're attacking, that can just be anyone on the board. So you can go, hey look, I'm going to strike into your 7,000 whatever it is, but I'm going to destroy your rookie at the same time. Yellow is battle damage reliant in terms of like what it wants to do. It's the battle control deck. But I think we've done a pretty good deck here. It's obviously not the best. We didn't quite get enough cards to make the green deck, although the green deck does actually look pretty good already. We got like 2 Agamons. Got a couple of ultimates. Got a few of the decent champions as well. We also have Rush Tyrannomon, which is obviously a good card. But that won't be getting built for a little bit, so yeah, we'll see you there. Again, purple and black didn't see much in here. We did get like 1 Devimon and a couple of Monotismons, but there's not much we can do with that. Start by playing a Koromon. And I'm going to play a Cauldramon down. That's got nothing else to do. Pass over to my opponent. My opponent decides not to draw anything to start the game off, so it's a bit awkward. They play a Summon. And they hard play a Were-Garurumon. I play another Cauldramon. Then play a Dark Tyrannomon. They play a Grizzlymon. And they swing in and hit an Agamon. Agamon goes to the graveyard. I'll play a Greymon. Opponent draws the turn. They play another Grizzlymon. That sends me back to 3 memory. I then play a Dragomon. And I'll play a tie, which gives me extra 1000 DP per turn. And I swing in with my Dark Tyrannomon, which swings over and destroys the Grizzlymon. I evolve a War-Greymon up and then pass over to my opponent when they have 1 memory spare. They play a Gorillomon. I play another tie, so now my Digimon have an extra 2000 DP per turn. On my turn, I hit a Pseudomon, which is going to have 8000 on my Dark Tyrannomon so it doesn't destroy mine. But then when I hit with my Greymon, it's sadly been defeated. I play another Cauldramon and send it back over to my opponent. My opponent devolves their Summon into Gabumon. They play another Were-Garurumon down. This gives me 5 memory. Draw for the turn. I pay the cost for a Sora. And I swing in with my Dark Tyrannomon, hitting their security stack. They defend with their Grizzlymon. And they attack with my Greymon and get destroyed by their Metal Garurumon. I play a Greymon and pass over to my opponent, who now has 3 memory. They draw for the turn. Swing with Were-Garurumon. I use one of my Cauldramons to block. I forget to suspend that. I block with my other Cauldramon. I summon a Koromon. Hit another Metal Garurumon. So a third Metal Garurumon. Match 2. Summon into a Hammer Spark. Give my opponent more memory. And they hard play a Were-Garurumon. I play a Koromon. And I Digivolve it into a Beamon. I then Digivolve it into a Cauldramon. Before I end my turn, I then play a tie down. So next turn I'll be always guaranteed at least 3 memory. They hard play a Grizzlymon. And then I receive my memory increase. I then play a Metal Greymon on top of that. I swing into attack. Grizzlymon takes the attack, so no security is damaged. They get their turn back. After I play another tie. They hard play a Metal Garurumon. I summon a Koromon. Evolve into a Agamon, and then I will play Gaia Force, destroying their Metal Garurumon. I then swing in again and hit a Gabumon. I evolve my other one into a Cauldramon, and the hard play another Were-Garurumon. I Mega Evolve my Metal Garurumon into Phoenixmon. I then strike in, as I have a inherited effect that I can have an extra security attack.
So I hit for 2 security. It's a Gomon and a Grizzlymon. I have no idea why they chose to do the bottom 2 as opposed to the top 2, but there we go. My opponent evolves their Digimon into a Bearmon, and then into a Garurumon, and then into a Zudomon. In doing so, I now have a Koromon into a Biomon. I also spend myself. It's my turn. Evolve into a Greymon inside the breeding area. Strike again for 2. Hammer Spark gives them extra memory, and then a mat. My opponent then moves their breeding area Digimon out to the open, and then evolves up into a Metal Garurumon, and then they pass the turn. I then strike. Match 3, yellow versus red, so I get to pick yellow this time. I get my Tokamon out, evolve it into a Tapimon and then to Leomon. I then put another Tapimon on the field. We have a Kuromon come out on the red side. Evolve it up to Agumon. Then to Greymon. And then to Metal Greymon. I move my breeding area into the open. And I swing with both my Digimon. First one was a Dracomon, which killed my Leomon. And then Budgemon kills my Tapimon. I then play Cerimon just so I have a body on the field. This gives my opponent 10 memory. They play a Sora, and they play a Tai. And then they evolve into a War Greymon. So fine, it hits me. Cerimon doesn't do anything. Patamon again, and then I get myself a Tiki on the 3rd hit. And then he puts himself down a Core Dramon. Over a Togemon, evolving into a Tapiamon, and then into an Angemon. Now, they kind of played into what I wanted to do, which was attack into their Cordramon, use my effect on the War Greymon, and then destroy it with a 7 Heaven, reducing its DP for the turn, which then makes it in range of 10,000 being destroyed with this. Pass it over to them, their turn again. Then you pull a Koromon out. Agumon. Digivolve up into Greymon. Digivolve get up into Garurumon. And then hardcast a Gaia Force, destroying my Cerimon. My turn. I move out my Angemon, and then evolve it into Magna Angemon. I then strike at my opponent. It's a Cordramon, luckily I have enough DP to cover it. I play a Reapermon, and then pass over to my opponent. He strikes, hits an Angemon, sadly doesn't do anything for me. Then plays a Biomon. And then hardcasts a Dracomon. I played a Tokamon from my breeding area. I play the cost for 7 Heavens and get rid of the Garurumon. Put stone again. They played of a Koromon for their breeding area. Opponent then plays a Budgemon on top of the Dracomon. They then attack with the Budgemon hitting a Petamon. Sadly, because it's their turn and they get the effects of the Tamers, it doesn't affect their Digimon whatsoever. Now wide open for a final attack. They pass the turn. I did a misplay here, but it doesn't really matter in the end for me. I swing with all 3. Phoenixmon destroys my first one. Second hit is a Gaia Force. That basically puts me at the end of the game. There you go. And I'm now being swung in by the red team. So, all in all, it was a good week for the red team. So, our first week together, our red, yellow, blue deck. Again, purple, black and green aren't currently here. Hopefully, as we go through the sets, we'll be pulling in more of these colours, and we can make ourselves a working deck. That being said, red performed very well this week. I do see it being our best deck, at least for the time being. I do hope that the other decks do start getting better though. Blue didn't do too bad. First game was a bit awkward for both the red and blue deck, as I believe the shuffling was just very awkward, which is why we got a lot of, I'd say, a very awkward game 1. And then for game 2, it went a bit better, but I do think it was still a bit on the bad side for the blue team. And then for the yellow side, I just don't think yellow's there yet as a competitive deck. I don't mean that in a rude way, I do just mean that more of a yellow gets better as of 1.5. We get to see Shine Greymon, we get to see Rise Greymon, we get to see Dew Greymon and Yellow Agumon, where these cards are just much better in themselves. I think we also see the next Angie Woman in the next set, which makes it easier to play certain cards, and it sort of helps control the tempo of the games. In 1.5 we do receive ourselves the Chavis Angemon, which is a slightly better version of Seraphimon, and we also get Cherubimon, which is a good yellow card, but I'm not really sure how much play we're going to see with it if we obviously pull it in the first place. As of Great Legends has been saying, which is when we start getting a better yellow representation. If we're lucky, we might see something like Lucimon, which is a really good rookie Digimon, as well as things like Varodurumon, which if we trash 3 of its Digivolution sources, it will give minus 4,000 DP for the turn to all of my opponent's Digimon. That's very similar to what happens with Volcanodramon. I do think this is kind of its version to make it a bit more fairer, as Volcanodramon is very strong in my opinion. But we also see War Greymon, and War Greymon allows us to, when attacking once per turn, you may add the top card of your security deck to your hand to unspend this Digimon, and have one of your opponent's Digimon get 6,000 DP for the turn. Again, I think this is quite effective. I do also believe there's the weird memory generation card in set 4, could be in set 1.5. That if you have a security stack, you can still gain memory, which I still think is a bit weird, but that's apparently how the card works. That's perfectly fine with me, but that's it for this week, guys. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next week for episode 2. Episode 2 should be a bit shorter, as I have to deal with the whole opening the decks. But yeah, peace out. Goodbye.